Hello, my creative friends. My name is Heather North. You can find me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. Today is Thursday, October 20th, 2022. Happy birthday, Peyton. She turned 21 today. Daughter from another mother, or bonus daughter, whatever you want to call it. She's probably not watching this. She's off at Disneyland. But just in case, I wanted to wish her a happy birthday. Whew. So I think it's been close to a month since I filmed my last video. Not quite a month, so I'm doing better. I do have a lot to share with you, including a Friendstitch. I've got some project bags. I've got some finishes, all the things, whips, a little bit of haul. Not very much. I think I may have left some haul upstairs because I think I didn't leave it down here. I just took it up there. But that's okay. I've got plenty to share with you guys. Let's start with September stats because, like I said, I think I filmed at the end of September-ish. And so I wouldn't have had all those. So let's see. I'm filling up my little book. Kind of. I had 5 finishes in September, which brings me to 46 for the year so far. I think that is amazing. I'm pretty proud of that. I have 5 FFOs that I did last month, which brings me to 17. My goal was to do 12. I didn't get any project bags done last month. I can't remember what my goal was for the year. It might have been to have 12 as well. But I've made up for that. I have 3 new project bags to share with you today, and I hope to have 2 more done before, maybe 3 more. That's a goal, but at least 2 more done before my next Flosstube for you guys. All right, so that's that. WIPGO. Today, I looked at the WIPGO numbers for October. I hadn't even looked at them. It's okay. Let's go back to September. All right, September. I remember going back and forth with you guys on what I was going to do with all of the whips that I had and where I wanted to go. Well, for the number, it was number 3 on my WIPGO board. Oh, WIPGO is by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. It's a bingo board. You kind of create your own. Look at mine. And then you fill it with your current whips. And then you make a goal for each of those whips. And Jessie calls 2 numbers each month, and that is your focus, either for WIPGO weekend, or it can be your focus for the whole month. It's very fluid. You can make your own rules, but that's the gist of it. I will link Jessie's, I guess it's her YouTube channel down below, so I'll link her down below. You can also look up WIPGO, WIPGO, on Instagram, and you can find information there as well. So number 3 was Pink Barn, and I'm sorry if I've shared these last video because I can't quite remember what I shared, what I didn't. I brought some things that might be duplicates, and I apologize for that. But just in case I didn't, this is the Pink Barn by Shannon xJuDesigns. But she came out with 3 other patterns to go with the Pink Barn and the frame, which the frame is a freebie on Shannon xJuDesigns website. And my goal was just to get this barn done. But I got so close that all I had left was a little bit, I think down here and on the porch of the guest house, and then my piece would be done. So I just decided to just tackle this thing, just sit down and finish it. It has been a whip for a while. And here is my finish. I even added French knots, although they might be colonial knots. I wasn't going to, but then I thought it's a rose farm. It says fresh cut roses, so I should probably add the roses to all these bushes. So I went ahead and did that. This one is done. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Possibly frame it. It will go into my box, my finished box waiting to be FFO'd. But this, just do one last peek of this until it goes away for a while. I'm so happy to have that done. This was on a piece of Stitch Me fabric. I think it might have been a mystery fabric from one of our Friday night fight nights that she has on Facebook. I don't even know if she's still doing it anymore. Honestly, I have so much fabric that I just haven't been paying attention. I'm down to one fabric club, and yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to that kind of thing. That's all right. I've got plenty going on in my life and plenty of things I shop for. So anyways, that was on a mystery piece, I believe, from Stitch Me with the called for colors. Sorry, just got a message on my phone. Okay, what is next? The next number for September was number 22. For me, that was the Nantucket sewing set. And I put it in a little sewing bag. Isn't that cute? With a little spool of thread. I don't know why. I love the little spools of thread and sewing machines, and I'm attracted to them when I see them in patterns. I want to make them for cross stitch and for quilting. So anyways, that's this one. Sorry. The project in this is Nantucket sewing set, and what I'm doing from this is the anchor. And I was inspired when Steph of Pam and Steph Just Keep Stitching shared her smalls exchange she got from, I believe her name is Melissa, Cupcake Stitcher, on Instagram. Look her up. And I used her color conversion, at least I think I did. I just love that little anchor. And so that was the only thing I planned on doing from this. So my goal was to just get the anchor, but I finished the whole piece. And now I'm thinking about using those colors to do the little heart. Isn't that sweet? So this is on 32 count winter white Lugana from Seraphim. I really like the Seraphim fabric. I don't have very many pieces from her, maybe 2 or 3, but I just love it. So this is my finish. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I love it. How do you guys think I should FFO this? I love that the rope through the anchor kind of reminds me of thread going through it. And I think, I originally thought I would keep it in here, but I think I'm going to finish it somehow and put it into my sewing room. Now, the color that is changed is I think it's silk thread by xJuDesigns in the color Deep Sea. Now I was looking at something that, or I was looking at the video that Steph and Pam did on this, and I might have bought the wrong one, or I might have done this with the wrong one. They might have done a different one than the Cupcake Stitcher even did, but I love it so much. It says P5157, I think. I'll show you. This is the tag that came on it. Sorry, I can't really get that to focus, but it is called Deep Sea 100% Silk, hand dyed by xJuDesigns. Really pretty steel blue with just a hint of like a gray green running through it. So pretty. And the rest of them are, I believe, the called for colors. So this one is done. I'm not going to put it completely away though, because I think, like I said, I think I'm going to do the heart. Yay, another finish. All right, what's next on there? This one is an oldie. The next numbers are from October, and Jessie called number 1 and number 6. So number 1 for me is Just My Type. This was by Fat Quarter Shop, or It's So Emma. I think it's an It's So Emma pattern. I stitched it on that whitewash board from Fabric Flare. It's, I believe it's a 16 count Ada, because it looks smaller than a 14 count. My goal on this was, I don't know what my goal was, to finish it. I'll look and see. Nope, my goal was just to do the typewriter. But this was a great piece for the No New Starts Challenge, which is on Facebook. That should be opening up in November or December. So I'll let you know when I find out more. But the challenges are basically based on your stitches. And since there was a lot of fill-in work, especially in that typewriter, it was perfect for challenges to just get a lot of stitches in. And it wasn't as boring because it was part of a challenge. I don't know, psychologically it just worked for me. So I finished just my type. I'm not sure when I finished it, but it's been done for a while. I thought I would bring it out because it was the number that was called for this month. Woohoo, this one's done. And then the second number, which is good since I'm just looking at it today and it's October 20th. The second number, which I love for the fall, I think I started it last fall, is, hopefully I grabbed the right one. Yes. Do I have more than one thing in here? No. This is called Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. And I shared this before, but it's been a while. My plan was to take some of these ladies, and I guess there's a gentleman in there, and customize them to my friends. Not necessarily my cross stitch friends, because in real life, I didn't have a lot of cross stitch friends, although now I have more cross stitching friends. From doing Flosstube, I've just found out others who cross stitch. But more general, for me, I was going to do creative friends, friends that like to sew or do beadwork or knitting or crochet. And so each of these characters will have some feeling of those people for me. And I'm changing some of the colors of their clothes, their outfits, to match the favorite colors, or maybe the color of their car or something along those lines, and the skin tones as well. So that's my plan. My goal for this is, it's simple, it's to work on it for 2 days. So I only had to work on it for 2 days, which would be the WIPGO weekend, which could have been last weekend or it could be this weekend. I don't even know. But I have worked on it more than 2 days this year. So I guess technically that could be crossed off, but I also wanted to work on it 2 days in the month that's called. So here we go. This is my Cross Stitch Nation. And this happens to be Miss Carla with her needle. I'll be talking about her in just a little bit, but I have her done. Maybe, do she? Nope, I was gonna say, do she have feet? Nope. And I think that one was me, but I could be wrong. Oh, that might have been for Cynthia. And I don't know if it's called for in here. Let me see. Because it looks like I did Smyrna stitch. Oh, it isn't. Okay, so I'm going to put this on this board. It'll be easier to see this way. And this is on another piece of fabric flare. So on one side it's white and on the other side it's printed. And this was my first, I believe, my first attempt at 32 count, which I really like. And I've been doing 1/1 on most of it, which gives it a little more of that antique feel. But it also means you see the fabric through it more. So in some places I'm doing 2, and in some places I'm doing 1. It just depends. For the dresses, like for this, I think the rest of the blue of her dress is 1/1. But then I did 2/2 for the cream accents. So they kind of stuck out a little more like embroidery would. And then for this dress, I did Smyrna stitches. Can you see that? So it just called for regular X's in that area in a different color, but I changed it to Smyrna so that it just adds a little something. This is taking me a long time, and that's okay because it's a process, and it's, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so there we go. I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation. Isn't that fun? I think this chart may have come out in 2020. I remember when it came out being a big deal. No, the original release date was April 2016. Huh, I am wrong. I am very wrong. I found out about it in 2020. All right, and this is in a project bag that I made myself. I've been wondering where this is. This is a Flamingo Toes needle minder. Oh, get my fingers out of the way. So this is in a project bag that I made myself for coming to America. Oh, I better put the, boy, I am out of practice. See, again, when it's been a while, it's just my mind forgets how to do things. All right, I had to put the cross stitch piece back in there. Okay, those are my WIPGO pieces for October. So really Cross Stitch Nation is the only one that I have left to do for this month. I still have Winter Rose Manor, which I have not pulled out yet. This month, I need to get to 1,000 stitches, and I think I'm around 500 or 600, so I still need to work on that a little bit more. And then February calendar crates. What is my goal for that? That's a Stitching with the Housewives piece. Winter Rose Manor is by With Thy Needle and Thread. Okay, number 14 is to finish. I just need to finish that. I need to pull that out. All right. Lots to do. There's always more to do. Okay. That means I have 3 unfinished WIPGO goals. However, I only have 4 unfinished pieces on my WIPGO board because some of the things I have done ahead of time. So when the numbers are called, then I will already have them done. So technically I only have 1 number that hasn't been called and hasn't been worked on at all. And there's 2.5 months left. There's 2 more times that she'll be calling numbers. So I'm feeling pretty good. I should, barring any catastrophe, I should be able to meet all of my WIPGO goals for the year. And I'll decide if I'm going to continue on with it or not next year. I do like the idea of having goals, and goals that are reachable and a few that are a stretch, but we'll see. We'll see. We're not into next year, but this is fall and I start thinking about what I want to do for the next year and making little plans and seeing how things went for this year and before the end of December. So anyways, let's go to, all right, before I get to the rest of my whips and finishes, I wrote notes for myself so I wouldn't forget because I wanted to share this. This was sent to me via email, and I apologize, my printer did not do a great job of printing it out. But Patricia sent me this. She won one of my giveaways for fabric. And so she's been sending me, when she gets things finished, she sent them to me. And this was done on one of my fabrics that I sent her. I love it. It is a chart by Hello from Liz Matthews. It was in one of her newsletters. And I thought, when I first saw it, I thought, that looks familiar, but I can't remember what it is. She told me that. Patricia, I still haven't gone and looked. I know I have, I'm like 90% sure I have this probably printed out somewhere. But I just love it. I'm so thrilled that she is enjoying the fabric and using it because I certainly wasn't. And that she used a bee skep with the bees because I really like doing bees for August into September. So I need to pull that out and put it with some of my bee things to work on next year because I am just about done. I think I'm done with bees for the time being. That could change, but okay. So thank you for sending me that, Patricia. Although your email said Pat, so maybe I should be calling you Pat. Or is it Patty? Probably not. Okay. Nope, don't want to skip ahead there. Follow my notes, follow my notes, follow my notes. Okay, what do I have here? I have 2 more finishes that I can't remember if I shared with you last month. Let me see when I finished them. That may help me. Hold, please. Okay. This one, I'm just not sure if I was completely done when I filmed, because it was on around the time I filmed my last video. or if I just had a little tiny bit more to do. But this is Peace by Madame Chantilly. It was a freebie that she had on, sorry for this. It was a freebie that she had on her website, I believe, or her Instagram. And she created this in support of those in Ukraine. So I stitched it up. I changed a few colors, kind of based on what I had. Mostly, and I might have only just changed the heart to pink. I can't remember now, but this is my finished piece. Isn't that pretty? I don't know how to FFO it because it's in the shape of a heart. It's got me a little bit stumped, so I'm kind of thinking about that. I think it'd make a really pretty pillow. Remind me of those wedding pillows, the ring bearer pillows, but I don't know that I could do a pillow in the shape of a heart. I mean, I can barely do in a semi-rectangular square shape. Maybe a hoop. That's probably what I said before, but I don't know if I left myself enough room for a hoop on this side. Anyways, this one is done. Very pretty. I do want to FFO it and give it to somebody. But that somebody hasn't come along, so maybe it'll get FFO'd when I know who I'm supposed to make it for. There's a needle minder that's pulling on the needle minder that's in here. The second one, I just looked, and this one I did December 3rd, so I haven't filmed a video since then. So this is finished. This is, I'll show you not the pattern. This is, okay, Sail Away by Fat Quarter Shop. This was a mystery stitch along that has since been fully released. And this is on a piece of fabric flare. Let me grab this because it'll be easier to see on my whiteboard, I think. Here we go. Is it done? Yes, it is. Take the needle out of there. Sorry, should have ironed this. Yeah, but sometimes it's just get in here and get this filmed, or it'll be another week. My husband's going on vacation next week. He's just staying at home. And we're going to get the yard kind of winterized, everything ready for winter, take the yard tools in, put them in the shed and all that kind of thing. Pull weeds out, dead. Does not sound like fun, but I know I won't be filming a video with him here because I get nervous when people are in the same room as me. Even right now, our husky is laying on the outside these doors. They're glass doors. She's right outside, kind of keeping an eye on me. Actually, my voice put her to sleep. Sorry, I got distracted. This is Sail Away. This is done. This was a WIPGO goal, I think, to do the lighthouse, but I just kept going. This will be great for next summer, so I am not in a rush to FFO it at all because I won't be able to display it till next summer, and the shiplap won't be able to sell it because it's a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive, so I won't be making it for the shop. So it'll just be something for either for me or, shh, don't tell anyone, for my mom. She loves that nautical look. All right, the next thing, I asked you guys which fall things I should do, and this one just kept calling to me, and I loved all of them, but this is the one that ended up, I pulled out and brought to a finish because it inspired me that much. And it's another Fat Quarter Shop pattern. It's a mystery. It's not a mystery anymore. It was a mystery last fall, I believe. It's called Autumn Beauties, and I used the classic Colorworks thread conversion they have. And I mostly did called for. I did do one of the pumpkins the wrong color, so I had to kind of change around. I mean, I used the called for thread, but I did the wrong thread and the wrong pumpkin, so then I'd change another pumpkin to make it kind of balance out. Anywho, I love this. Now, I should FFO this weekend and have it up because it's only October 20th. I can have it up until after Thanksgiving, but there's a very, very good chance this won't get done till next fall. That's just the reality of it. FFOing is not my favorite part. If you don't know what that means, it means fully finished object. I just don't enjoy the FFOing of it all. I loved this gingham. That was just such a cute touch. I really liked working on this fabric. I think it's Oatmeal from Lori Holt. That 25 count. Oh, you can really see it there. And with the pumpkins, I kind of stitched it because I had that variegated thread. I stitched it kind of around and around and in the middle, and I tried to do lighter in certain sections, but you know, I wasn't too picky about it. I just wanted to have a pumpkin shape, and instead of stitching it straight across in rows, because then you'd have a striped, like a horizontally striped pumpkin, which just seemed kind of weird to me. Although I've seen other people do it and it does look cute. In this bag, this is the first, I think this is the first bag I made. I don't love this bag, but you know, it was my first practice bag. I also have this one because I wanted to start it. This is Pumpkin Patch by Shannon Christine Designs. And now that I have, because I have a lot of Shannon Christine Designs patterns, she tends to work in DMC only. So there's a lot, and you can see, because you see all the colors, there's a lot of color changes. So I only have one-ish Shannon Christine Designs going at a time. Now that that Pink Barn, or the Rose Farm, whatever you want to call it, is done, I could pick up this one and start this one. I even have the fabric in here for it. And I'm seriously thinking about using the threads that I have left over from Autumn Beauty, because I still have a lot of those, and using those instead of the called for DMC. So that's why they're kind of in this bag together. So, and my thought was kind of like the old barn wood. There's bumblebees on the back of that. I know it's kind of silly to have your bag match your project, but I know also that I am not the only one that has bags to match your project. Here, see if you can see. Yeah, that's the inside. All right. What is next in here? This is an odd random project. Basically, I'm doing the No New Starts thing with challenge on Facebook, and we're visiting. There's just different, I don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to bore you, but let's just say the challenge was to do stitches on, okay, it says show some love and stitch your beachiest item for Barefoot Needle Arts at Surfside Beach, South Carolina. So, I worked on that anchor, got that finished, and then I still have more stitches to do. So I pulled this one out, which I haven't pulled out yet this year. And that is A Day at the Beach by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I put in a good 500 stitches on this. This happens to be on Sandcastle, hand-dyed Jobelin 28 count by WIPGO. And this is where I am at. This is, there's a little, so there's a star right here, and there's another star on the other side, but that's as wide as it will go. And then this border that's on top will also go along the bottom. So this is as far down as it goes. So you can kind of get the gist of the size of this piece. So that is Beach House. I had really, really wanted to pull this. Oh, sorry, it's A Day at the Beach, not Beach House. I really wanted to pull this out this summer, but y'all know my summer stitching just didn't really happen. So I was glad to put a little bit of love into it, even though it's the fall. That fabric is a fall color. It's a brown. It counts. And you can see, maybe you can see as I go along, depending on what season I'm in, that's what changes my fabric colors. I think it's kind of interesting. This is a new start. This is what I am currently working on for Shiplap Quilt Shop and Coffee House in Tenino, Washington. I am working on the Christmas Barn by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Isn't that cute? I need to find out where to get that little joy ornament. It's probably something that has long since gone from the stores. But this was just released this year. Maybe I should ask them. Anyways, I'm working, sorry, squirrel. I'm working on the Christmas Barn. I have no, I didn't convert. Yeah, I did convert. The red they call for is Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red. I'm stitching this on, I believe, either Vintage Country Mocha or Lori Holt's Oatmeal Lugana. And the other color, not the other color, I'm doing overdyed because Turkish Red is overdyed. And the other color that I substituted, two colors, Steamed Broccoli by Classic Colorworks. And then instead of 310, DMC 310, I have Black Coffee, which is just a really dark black brown. And it's mostly for like the roof line and the treehouse. So it works in here. But this is where I am at with that. So interesting how the colors change. It started sprinkling today. We have not had rain in so long, and it has been so smoky. Last night I was up most of the night coughing, had another asthma attack. It's just been really bad. So I'm so grateful to see just a little bit of rain, just a little bit of damping down, and it's really, there's like a 90% chance of actual rain tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. All right, so I've got the top portion done, got the snowflakes in, got the birdhouse, started on the barn, got one of the trees. So my goal is to have this one done. Well, my goal is to have this one done this week. It's Thursday. I don't know if it's going to get done by Friday. It won't get done by Friday. But I need to see what my next one is after this. I have to ask Terry. Terry, what's the next thing I'm supposed to do after that one? All right. I try and work on that when my eyes are fresh and I have lots of patience because I want my stitches to look really good since they're going in a shop. Debating on whether to show this now or when I talk about Friendstitch. Well, let's talk a little bit about Friendstitch. Okay, so Friendstitch is a retreat, a virtual retreat, put on by the ladies of Heart and Hand, Cecilia Turner, and the Bent Creek sisters, Elizabeth and Sissy is what they call, I think her name is Marcia, but they call her Sissy. It's a sister team. And last year was an autumn gathering. Let Joy In was what they called it. So this is from last year. This is the big chart. There's a little chart here. There was a small freebie that they sent ahead of time. And then there's a fox that I still haven't stitched and I really want to. So I have this piece and I'm just going to show it to you because I haven't, but I haven't worked on it. I might have shown it last video, but yeah, I just have this done. And part of it is, this is Vintage Country Mocha linen. It's not very easy for me to stitch on. So I keep resisting pulling it out, but it's also fall. So I do kind of want to stitch on that. The new one that they just finished last weekend was called Glad Tidings Gathering. So the Friendstitch Glad Tidings. So this most recent one, it was a Christmas one. It was, oh, sorry, let me pull this out of the way. Something's sticking. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, they're both pulled out here. Okay, sorry. Squirrel. So, I'm going to share my Friendstitch box in just a minute, but I'll show you. They send you this box, no peeking, although I have, because, you know, I've already opened it. And then on the back, that little bird. Don't want to give away too much. So they send that box, and then you, during the virtual retreat, you open the box, see all the goodies. They give you lots of information about themselves, how they designed it, how to finish it, how to do the specialty stitches that are in it, all the things. And so I always learn, I mean, this is only the second one, but I always learn something from here. I picked up 2 very, very good finishing techniques that I will be using for sure. One of the things that was difficult last year and also this year is I'm trying to learn the new stitches, because I'm more of a basic cross stitcher. I haven't been formally taught or anything. When they're teaching something new, it goes so fast, and I'm trying to look at it, I'm trying to figure out how to do it, and I miss half of it. And so I was trying to record it on my phone, but of course I looked down, and thankfully they decided to have, for just, I think just a week, or maybe it's only just 4 days, the videos of the instruction for the Friendstitch attendees to look at. I'm very thankful. So that is on my to-do list this weekend, is to watch it, to pause it, to be able to do the stitches while they're showing it, to watch the finishing again, and to get everything I can from it. So thank you, Friendstitch ladies, Cecilia, Elizabeth, Sissy, and Mona for making that available for us to watch. It's only Friendstitch attendees. I'm sorry that's over. Follow them on Instagram is probably the best way. Heart in Hand, Bent Creek, and you will find out when the next one is. I'm not sure if they're gonna be doing more than one a year, or if they'll do one again next year. I don't know. The second thing is, because I've been asked several times about the exclusive patterns, and it hasn't been for sale anywhere. What they told us is that they will never sell them in shops. They're not going to sell it to other retailers, but they're going to open a Friendstitch shop where you can purchase past patterns. Now, at least at the very beginning, it's only going to be people who have attended Friendstitch or maybe attended in the past, but they might open it up after that. I'm not 100% sure, but I am excited about it, because I know I have been asked, and I have a friend who wants to stitch one of them, so pattern's gonna be available. The other thing is, before Friendstitch starts, probably 2 weeks, maybe more before it starts, they send out a freebie, or like a pre-class sample, so you could stitch this up and do the finishing during the class. Now, I can hardly watch and catch it all. There's no way I can finish during the class, but some people are very talented, and this is what they sent out. It's called A Bird's Christmas. So I stitched mine on last year's Vintage Country Mocha 14 count Ada, and I did finish it before the Friendstitch, but I did not get it FFO'd during. But I'll watch the video again. They gave us the things we needed for it. So would you like to see what's in the Friendstitch box? I'll do a quick rundown. I'm sure other people have done this, and you could search for theirs, but I'm just going to do a quick little showing you. It was packaged very nicely, but of course all the packaging's out. I love that the box is decorated as well. This says Christmas isn't a season, it's a feeling. So these are a few of my favorite things. I haven't even pulled them out yet, but there's fabric for finishing, making some of these into pillows or ornaments. There's all those trims. I believe they're from Lady Dot Creates. There's little doohickeys and bits and bobs and things for some of the other finishes. I know there's an ornament that used that curly Q. There's a great idea that they had for sequins. I'm really excited to try that out. This is the finishing kit with Flat Fold Finishing Guide by Mona Boast. Mona is amazing at finishing. I sincerely hope she starts doing some YouTube videos for all of us. Look at that. the pins, the ribbon, the tape, the instructions, the board that's exclusive. This is another thing that they're actually, I think they already sold out because I went to go get, I don't know if it was the board or the more of these trims, but something was already sold out on the first day that it went up because we all love it. But this is to finish that little bird on. So if you can picture it, you got the little cute little board. Let's go back this way on here with some trim. Isn't that cute? Okay, so finishing kit. There was another pattern. Love it. It's an ornament. Noel with a wreath. I love wreath. Oh, there's that little doohickey trim thingy. And then Cottage garden threads. So we got to try out some garden cottage threads. I think these are thicker than some of the other, I don't know. It says Pearl 8. So you only need one strand. But one of the owners of Cottage Threads did a tutorial, showed us how to take off the packaging. So if you've not seen it before, she basically says you put your finger in, so you put your finger in between and you go to the left. So this is the left for me. So you pull, whoops, and you hope it doesn't get stuck because it seems like mine just got stuck. Yeah, that was not a good example, was it? Okay, am I twisting it? Nope, mine got hooked. You know, one of my other ones got hooked and the other one did just fine. The other one got hooked. Okay, I can see. It's got a little packaging thing here. Okay, well, she showed us how to do it, and I obviously need to re-watch because I'm not the best student. But I spent most of the time taking a knot out of, I was able to do this one. But this one, there was a knot in it because I wanted to cut it differently than what they suggested since I use longer strands of thread. And I spent most of the Friendstitch unknotting this and then winding it on my floss winder from our Woodworks, Kentucky. Anywho, I like the pattern. They gave us fabric to go along with it. They gave us a needle to try out with it. And then this is part of it too. This was, what are they called? It's not Floss Keeper card. And since there's three colors in this particular pattern, there's 3 holes. But you could also take a hole punch and add more and use it with even more. All right, and then the big kahuna thingy. Oh, see, there's a Let's Learn. So you've got some fabric to try out, and I tried something out and I failed. I mean, we have this with a finishing, well, it's got a ruler, so you can use it for your finishing. One more thing down there, but let me show you the main pattern. It came with all of the threads, classic Colorworks, a very pretty palette. And it came with some finishing doodads, some beads, and a star. And then, absolutely love this bird. Love it. I also love the way they have the floral bow there. That tree looks like it has frosting. Where is it? That tree looks like it has frosting on it. Very, very, very cute. There's a sample of how you could just stitch these on their own and make several different ornaments or pillows or flat folds to give away, or you can stitch it as one long piece. And then I think tomorrow, 'cause today's Thursday, tomorrow they're going to send out another pattern, maybe 2 more patterns in our email box. So we'll get more things to finish. So there's that. And then let's open this up. I love this. Oh, there's more. Oh wait, there's more. Okay, I'm running out of space. I don't want everything to fall. There's a little light, and they gave some finishing ideas. So this lights up. It doesn't right now because I have to pull this out, but I don't want to do that. But those are little lights, and gave ideas on how to use that to finish with a shadow box. This is a sticker, which I love. It's a vinyl sticker. So you can put it on all kinds of things. I've started putting them on my sewing machine, and I've put some on, you can't see it right now in the shop, but there's filing cabinets. So I put them on the filing cabinet. I've got a rolling cart with cross stitch supplies and a different rolling cart with quilting supplies. So just little ways to decorate. I always love stickers. And I'm not sure if this is a vinyl sticker or a sticker. So it feels more like it might be a sticker. But just some ideas of how you can use that. This cross stitch ornament piece. Santa, forgot about that one. Isn't he cute? I mean, I don't really stitch Santa, but it's cute. And then I loved this. This is graph paper. And I love this because I sometimes rechart things. Or if a chart has ways to customize with date or initials or words, you can use this graph paper to chart your own. So a really full box. There's lots in there. It's definitely worth it. It is fun to be in a virtual room with everybody at the same time. And I always learn because these ladies have had a just plethora of years of experience and doing different things, including embroidery as well as cross stitch and other hobbies. Oh, look what's on here. It says make memories, create heirlooms. So there's so much to learn from them, and I do love that part. I am glad that they're making the videos available, because the one downside I would say for me is that it goes so fast. I can't quite keep up with it. And I wish there's one break kind of in the middle. I wish there was a couple more, or at least one more break, because I had to get up and leave in the middle, and you can't just pause. It's a live Zoom. So other than that, it's a really fun thing to do. Okay, let's move on to Happy Mail and just a little bit of haul that I have here, and stitching my project bags. Okay, because I'm like, oh, I'm done. No, I'm not done. I got my Lori Holt zippy bags back that were on display at the shop because they've just about sold out. They do have some online. So if you go to the shiplapquiltshop.com, something like that. Maybe I'll link it down below. They did have some on their shiplap quilt site if you want to order them from them. You get the panel, you actually make them yourself. And I followed Lori Holt's crochet guide to do these flowers with a covered button. This is her fabric. And then her daughter, I think her daughter's name is Cassandra. She showed how to make these zipper pulls. I love a good zipper pull. And anyways, my friend Terry was telling me about a stitch along with Little Sheep Virtues. And I have wanted to do Little Sheep Virtues since I saw Dina, the half stitch cross stitcher here on YouTube. She did it. She did it all in one piece. She did it as a stitch along with a friend. I loved it. I started collecting a couple pieces to do, but I haven't started it yet. Well, my friend Terry told me that, I think it's the Happy Little Stitch Shop, Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, is doing a stitch along with it. And so she actually ordered, she had started collecting them too. She ordered the whole kit. So she gave me her her little kits that she had made up of some of them. So I'm going to show you all that I have so far. I've got 6, I think there's 12 virtues, so I've got half of them now. And I haven't started it yet, even though I'm sure that stitch along has already started, so I probably won't do it with them. I do want to go back and look at how Dina did hers and decide if I'm going to do it just like her or get some tips, because I really liked it all on one thing. But then it does take up a lot of room if you do it all on one thing. And then I have to get it framed maybe, and that's expensive. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But here are the ones I have so far. This is hope. That was my word of the year a couple of years ago, so had to get that one. Faith. Peace. Isn't that sheep cute? I found out through some research and some family meetings with my extended family that my grandfather's farm was started by his grandfather or his great-grandfather, and it was a sheep ranch. And what got it started talking about it, my uncle is allergic to wool, deathly allergic to it, and they had a sheep farm. So as you can imagine, he was pretty miserable most of his growing up years. He used to have to go down to the doctor in town, ride his bike down there and get a shot. Anyways, squirrel. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do, other than the virtues and how cute they are, but I'm kind of drawn even more to sheep now. I know that my uncle, see, I just thought it started with my uncle. He keeps his sheep out at my grandfather's ranch. And so there was always sheep out there, lambs at Easter. It was always fun to go see the new little lambs. But I didn't realize that they had been on that ranch since my family started it many years ago. Okay, sorry. These are the ones that Terry gave me with the floss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't know what order they're in. I should be looking at the number, huh? But this one is called Simplicity. And this one is called Friendship. I love that. I love that it has the little purple heart in the center. Sorry for the glare. I don't want to take it out and lose everything. But she gave me all the stuffs. Thank you so much, Terry. This one is called Gratitude. So I said, how much do I owe you for all this? She says, a trip down to 8 cords and threads. I'm like, talk about winning double. So we need to make a trip down there. All right, hold on. My second bit of Happy Mail came from Stitching with the Housewives. I won, they have giveaways every week, just about, I think every week they do. And so I won the PDF for Hello Fall. I thought I already had this one, but then I couldn't find it. So maybe I don't have it. I was trying to keep all my Stitching with the Housewives in one place. And then I was trying to keep things separated by seasons. So I kind of had the fall or Christmas, you know, I've got events. And then things are scattered in different places and it's hard to find. That's an embarrassing problem to have when you have so much you don't even know if you have it or not, but I couldn't find it. And so I have this. If I find that I already purchased this, I will pay it forward and give this one away. But isn't it cute? And the reason I don't know is because I have loved this since I first saw it. And I keep thinking, I want that, but I didn't get it. But did I get it? But didn't I get it? I have started, when it comes to PDFs, I only get the PDFs from the Stitching with the Housewives Etsy shop. And that way I can look easily and see if I have it or not. But in the past, I have bought them from Fat Quarter Shop and one other online store. And that's where it kind of got confusing. Where did I have it? Did I not? Did I download it? Did I not? So that's why I just do the PDFs from, if I can, from the companies directly from their website or from their Etsy shop if they have it. So this one, thank you, Priscilla and Chelsea. So there's a couple other freebies. There's a couple of freebies, not other, that I want to share with you. This is from Hands On Design. It's called Plaid for Autumn. I liked that a lot. So I thought I would share that with you. I found it, I believe, on her website, www.handsondesign.biz. So you can find the pattern there. I won't show you the full pattern. That would be wrong. The other thing, Primrose Cottage Stitches has been doing flags on the 4th. And I haven't really been participating because of that car accident on July 4th. I had planned on doing it, but I hadn't. But in their newsletter, they are sending out free charts because she had this idea to make a bunch of flags to put in a bowl or some kind of tray to display. So I think it's Lindsay who is doing that. Yeah, Lindsay. So she created several different cute little quick flag projects and she's sharing them. I think it's one of the Fridays each month. I don't think it's every week. Anyways, I highly recommend you go to Primrose Cottage Stitches. They have a YouTube channel as well. They go live. It says live videos Thursday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I don't make the live ones. They also have an Instagram page, but you can, and a Facebook group. You can get on their newsletter list though, and that's how I got freebies. So there's just, I'll give a little sample of just a little, I don't want to give too much away, but there's 2 other ones. So definitely get on there. Anytime that there is a designer you like, find out if they have a newsletter and get on their newsletter list, because you will find out when they have new patterns coming out or new events they're going to or classes they may be teaching, things that you can get in on, as well as many of them send out freebies throughout the year. So it's a great thing to do. If there's a designer you really like, see if they have their own newsletter. Follow them too. Follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, wherever they are at. All right. Happy Mail and then sewing. So the only Happy Mail I have here is, I mean, not Happy Mail, the only haul, I guess, is from Color and Cotton, my shipment. I think I know I ordered, yeah, I left it upstairs. I already kitted it up and left it upstairs. Oh, sorry. Ah. Rain means nap weather, right? Anyways, I guess you guys will see that when I start stitching them up. I've got them kitted up right now, and anyways, I don't even know which ones I had. If I find them, I may pull them down. If I film in the next 2 weeks, won't be next week. If I film the week after, then I'll share it then. But otherwise, it'll just be a surprise when I bring those kits out. So this is the only thing I really have down here. I haven't done a whole lot of shopping, so it was just one order from Fat Quarter Shop, and I know that it was mostly sewing things, so maybe I didn't have, no, but I know I had one. Yeah, I think I had a cross stitch thing. Ugh. All right, this is, I think I ordered extra of these. This is like Color and Cotton. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. Okay. So with Color and Cotton, when you are in their Fabric of the Month Club or Floss of the Month Club, you can go in anytime and order something and have it shipped with your club. So when she has a fabric grab bag or a floss grab bag, you can add it to your cart, pay for it, and not pay extra shipping. Have it all ship at once when your club order ships. Also, if a color comes out, because she sells out so quickly with her products, if it comes out, you can order it and have it shipped without having, I was debating, should I get it, should I not? And I pay the extra shipping, and I'll pay the extra shipping, but I really prefer if I don't have to pay the extra shipping, know what I mean? So this is the fabric grab bag she had. It's always different. You don't know what you're going to get, but you do have a choice. This time there was Ada available, so I did Ada, and you might kind of have to guess on what. Oh, I love this color. It's so weird because it's just a neutral, but Is it not perfect? It's perfect. I love this. It's a grayish beige. This is a little more honey brown. Looks like just a tint of, maybe a tint of green in there too. So these are leftover cuts from when she cuts bigger pieces for people, I believe. Or sometimes it'll be like mist dyes or something along those lines. But these are just little remnants. So probably made for kits for people or for classes. This is a nice pistachio green. So that is my little Ada haul. And I like it because they're just small little sizes for ornaments or the little flat folds or little pillows. They're the perfect little size. This is cypress mulch. I think it's for a project I plan on doing. I needed some extra, but it could have just been a limited edition and I wanted to get more of it before it disappeared. And then her October Thread Club is very, very fall looking colors, as you can see. Lovely. If you love fall. I love stitching fall in fall. And I like these reds. Isn't it Santa's boots? Cute names! I should look at them all. Okay, so that's the threads. And then oh, this is something else. Okay, this is another thing. It must have had... Oh, I probably already showed this, but it's in here. It's September. Ada 14. Oh, she had extra because I don't have Ada. I get Lugana for my fabric of the month. So this was extra I was able to add, and it's 14 count Ada in the color Spectre. It was the September fabric of the month. A nice gray blue. The 28 count Lugana is called Spell Book, and I'm sure you guys have seen this. That's why I'm not taking it out of the package. It's getting close for the November to be shipped. Perfect neutral. She does amazing. Like, she just gets neutral. She gets it. I love it. You can see a little bit even through the packaging how there's just slight modeling and texture, and I love that about her cloth. It's very subtle. You don't really notice it once your piece has been stitched usually, but it adds a little something. So this is called Nantucket. I went ahead and pulled it out so you can see it better. And this is 32 count Lugana. So that was really all of my haul. I'm busy doing stuff, I guess, and staying off the computer and not shopping. Yay me! Not really. Probably just buying. I have bought some fabric. There's some quilt along I'm taking part in, or I plan on taking part in. I bought the fabric, okay? Oh. And then this. Okay, so this, two things. And they are sewing related, but one is a project or a set of project bags that we use for cross stitching. This I forgot to show in my last video, and the colors are totally summer. But in September they have National Jelly Roll Day and National Jelly Roll Race Day. And what it is you take a jelly roll, which is what is it called? Like a collection of fabric. It's basically 2.5 inch strips, so around 40, give or take. 2.5 inch strips of fabric that go by the width of fabric, so 40 to 42 inches. And you just sew all those strips together, and then you fold it. You sew 2 strips together all the way down, and then you cut it, and then you sew another 2 strips and another, and then you're just sewing strips to each other until you get to the very end. So this is a fabric that I have had for a while, a jelly roll, and probably when my niece was born, who's now 6. So, oh, isn't that cute? What I did is I had the jelly roll, but in between each piece, I did a 2.5 inch I guess you could call it cornerstone, but a 2.5 inch square. So it just kind of breaks it up as you go. And I'm not sure if there's enough left of it, but what I plan to do is to maybe use a Cricut or something, Sizzix die cut out some applique shapes if I can't find one in my stash that's already done, and fuse that on there and just applique a big flower. I think, you know, something along these lines. That would be kind of cute to have a big flower on there. And then, like I said, I think I got this for my niece, or with my niece in mind, but it will probably end up being something that I give to a teenager, maybe a Project Linus quilt, because this could go to a preteen into teenager. So that's kind of my plan. But I did want to share, I mean, obviously you can't see the whole thing. I need to go have one of my boys hold it up and take a picture, because they tall boys. All right. And then, dun, da, 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 da. This is Project Bag 2.0. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure I was invited to do this, but I also kind of crashed the party here because I was telling my friend that I wanted to make, or I plan on making project bags, which I still do. I still have project bags in process. She said, well, my friend Deb and I are getting together to make the Project Bag 2.0 by Annie. And so they invited me and I said, okay. So this is the Project Bags 2.0. And as you can see, there's 4 sizes. They all have handles. The bigger ones have a border. They all have a vinyl pocket. It was interesting. I now am a little bit addicted to making these project bags. It took some doing for me because I am really not good at reading patterns. I am a good watch somebody do it, then me do it with like measurements on the side, some of the instructions, but just reading a pattern is like Greek to me and my head starts hurting. And I have a few tips for you, both for me and for Deb. And Terry. The first thing is make copies of your pattern and use your pattern to its fullest. I check mark things. I check marked each step. I check marked as I cut things. There's just, I'll show it from here because you won't be able to read it, but oh my goodness, those are all the cutting instructions. And then there's more on the other page. And since you're making 4 bags, it can get kind of confusing, which you could just make one of them, but why do that when you can be extra? So my tip would be cut everything, and that's what I had done. I cut everything in advance, and I had quilted one of the pieces and attached the interfacing to the others. Except for the smallest one. I knew I wouldn't get to the smallest one while we were there, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. So the smallest one, I only have some of the things cut out for it. But cutting all of it in advance and using the label. So she had labels in the back, which you print out, and you can cut apart and use a Wonder Clip to have everything separated. That was a big help. The big thing that Deb taught me was to go, when you're working with By Annie's, this is my first By Annie's pattern to create. I have purchased 5 of her patterns because I think she makes incredible bags, but I've been intimidated to try them. But Deb said, just go in order and trust the process. So I'm going to second that. If you're going to do one of these project bags, go in order, trust the process. There are some free videos you can watch. ByAnnie.com has, you can go on there and find lots of free videos on how to make things, very helpful, as well as there's add-on videos that you can pay for, or I think there's a coupon if you buy the pattern. I'm not sure if you can, there's a coupon if you buy the pattern, but you might be able to, I don't know. Anyways, there's videos, watch the videos. She does go a little more in depth than we needed because the 3 of us are experienced sewers. I do more quilting than making bags. So this was a little, some of it was just like upside down and wrong side up for me. But like Deb said, just trust the process, read the instructions. And then the other tip Deb had was don't iron it. Even if you think, oh, I'm just close, but not that close, don't iron. Because the vinyl, once you start adding the vinyl, when the pieces before you add the vinyl, fine. Once vinyl comes into the picture, you don't have your iron near it or you will be sad. Very, very sad. Okay. So I think those are mostly my tips. And I just saw that the thing went flying. I'll show you this one more time so you can get it. It's Project Bags 2.0 by Annie.com. And I have so far made 3 of the sizes. So this is the jumbo. There's 2 border options. This is option 1 where you piece several pieces, and I decided I wanted to do that. And then a strip on the top. You have quilted background, and what I decided to do was kind of a diamond shape. And what I did was I didn't go right on the center from corner to corner, but I went off center and drew my first line. And then I think these are 2 inches apart, 1.5 to 2.5 inches apart. And I just moved the ruler this way, and then I did the same thing on the other. And the ruler has a line where you can line up the top at an angle, 45-degree angle. And then again, I wasn't trying to match up in the center anywhere. Off center is best, especially when you're using rectangles. This one isn't, but one of them is. And so, yeah. And I quilted it with my walking foot. It has a handle. It has a zipper and a zipper pull. Remind me to tell you more about that later. The fabric is from multiple places. I actually have used 4 different fabric lines in this bag, but mostly from 2 different ones. And yeah, that's one. This is truly jumbo. If you use Q snaps, so, because I think this is 16.5, so probably 16 by 16 on the inside. If you use the bigger Q snaps, this would be great. Because you can fit it in there. You could also fit multiple projects. So I came downstairs with my other 2 bags in here, as well as the pattern and all of, you know, all of my notes, my notebook, my, what is this called? Cross-stitch journal. I fit all of that into the jumbo bag, so it holds a lot. I think I will be using this more for quilting. I'm looking forward to, this would have been so convenient to have for us meeting together at Terry's house to do our projects. But I'll be taking this probably quite often to the Shiplap Society because I can fit multiple projects in there, or I can fit my my quilting in there as well as rulers and things. So very, very handy. All right, and the zipper pull. So there's instructions on how to do that zipper pull. I don't think I showed it quite well. This is my second bag. This is the large bag. And again, this one I did this border option 2. So it's just a solid color. I used a vertical stripe for my quilting. Let me see if you could see. Oh, there, you can kind of see. And then one of the reasons I decided to do this is that the birds are all on these straight branches. So I thought it kind of went with the birds. The diagonal stripe is from a different fabric line from Bonnie and Camille, but I love doing my bindings in that. The zippers are by Annie. They're nice and big. The handles, that same stripe. This is, I think, a grunge fabric. It's fully lined, so it's lined on the inside down there too. If you were thinking about making bags and selling them, this would be a good one to do. And I think I've seen others show bags they bought. So this is the back of it, front, back. You can kind of see how they go together. This has butterflies. It's not really directional fabric. That's the one, this side is definitely directional. The birds are, you know, I had to be careful. The butterflies are, some of them are right side up, some of them are sideways, some of them are upside down. Yeah, that one's upside down, that one's upside down, that one's right side up. So you might have to pay attention. And in fact, this last one, I was afraid I'd done it wrong. I just finished it. I was like, oh, I forgot to look which way the foxes were going. But there's that one. The zipper pull is super long. And so this one, I think I'll cut down even more because I like them to be a little bit shorter. I cut that one down shorter. I cut this down. This isn't even the full length, but it's still a little bit long. This large is great because you can fit, well, even in the medium, you can fit a full pattern. But let me show you so you kind of get some perspective. This is what a normal pattern size would be. So if you had like Blackbird Designs or Shannon Christine Designs, this would fit in there. Obviously, the smaller ones like Stitching with Housewives and Primrose Cottage stitches, that would also fit. But this fits a full size 8.5 by 11 sheet paper, and there's plenty of room. So you're not zipping it up, or, you know, that was one of my issues with one of the bags that I made is I couldn't quite get the pattern in there, and I was always zipping it into the zipper. So nice and big. You can definitely fit multiple projects in there, which, you know, it would be fun to do several of the medium sizes and put them into the large or the jumbo. All right, and then this one is my medium. I have not done the small yet. The zippers, there's so many different sizes. This is, let me show you this real quick. So you can see you can fit an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in there. You would, though, run into that zipper issue. So you'd need to make sure it was in out of the way of the zipper, but it does clear it. So you can fit a full-size pattern into the medium. So if you only want to make one size, maybe the medium is right for you, or the large. I just want to show that as a perspective. Okay, this has the border option A, like I did on the first one, the diagonal quilting. It's speckled, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? So this, and this, and this, and this. So this, okay, this, and I believe this one are from the same fabric line. This is the same as up here. This, and the speckled dots are another fabric line. I think I got these from Paisley Duck here in Washington. I think I got these from the Craft Warehouse here in Washington. I think this is Grunge, which is what I use on the zipper pull as well. I love that color. And this is a Bonnie and Camille. So lots of different fabrics. This is also has that speckled. But take a look here what we have. We've got a squirrel. We've got a little, I don't know if that's really a cardinal, but a little bird. There's bunny rabbits, a little mouse, a little, what is that, a hamster? Look at the fox. Look at the fox. Is that a hedgehog or a porcupine? I guess I don't know my animals. That's an, oopsies. Got an upside down bunny, sideways bunny. We've got mushrooms with, I think the mushrooms have little mice on it. Let me look. Yes. And then this is upside down, but look at the fox and the flowers. I had to decide which way do I want it. Do I want the fox up here or do I want the fox up here? So really, if I had done it upside down, it wouldn't matter because they're all different directions. But I did do that crosshatch diamond thing where I drew a line and then I moved my ruler 2 inches this way, 2 inches that way. And then I did the opposite direction. I did have issues with this sticking to my Sew Steady table. The vinyl did want to stick, so I used the paper that comes with the vinyl, and I just used my Wonder Clips, so I'd clip it on one side as I sewed down here. Only one time did I sew the paper, the vinyl paper to this. I also sewed through one of the pages of instructions because it slid underneath. I had quite the day. I'm just saying. I don't know why these ladies put up with me. They probably thought I was a complete amateur, and they were not completely wrong. Now I can't find that paper. But I did. I stitched all the way through. Pretty sure it's page 7. Where's page 7? Nope, that's page 7. All right, where'd you go, paper? Maybe I stitched through one of theirs. Ah, now I can't find it. Anyway, it slipped underneath. Oh, there it is. It's page 6. I stitched right through it. I was having a day. I went home before anybody else and, you know, said hi to the dogs and said hi to the family and had something to eat. And then we were watching a rerun of something, CSI, I think, or something. And I fell asleep in my chair. It was like 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was asleep in my chair. My husband goes, get up and go to bed. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So these are my 3 project bags. I have one more to make that's small. And then I'm going to take what I learned here and adapt it to a panel. So I have a panel I want to make. It'll be either the medium or the large size. Actually, it'll probably be a custom size. But I'm going to figure out how to do that. And then I've got a project bag made with Nantucket Summer. And I had it, the front part of it done for like 2 months, and it's just sitting there haunting me. So I have that to do. And then as far as sewing goes, once I get those, I really want to get working on my long arm and practice some of my long arm stitching because I have neglected it too long. As far as cross stitching goes, I have Cross Stitch Nation. 2 days I need to work on Cross Stitch Nation for WIPGO, and then once I do that, I will work on my other 2 WIPGO pieces. I also have that Primrose Cottage Stitches Christmas Barn, and then I may start another Christmas, or I may go back to some fall stitching because I do still have some fall pieces I'd like to get done. But I also have 3 or 4 cross stitch pieces that I need to FFO for the shop. So maybe instead of starting another new Christmas thing, I'll FFO those so they'll be ready to go and then work forward towards next year. Those are my plans. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm glad it did not take 1,100,000 years to film another video. I hope you guys like this project bag. If you have any questions or any tips, let me know. And please let me know what you're stitching on while you've been watching this. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. I was packing everything up and realized I forgot to show you the zipper pulls. So my friend Carla does amazing beadwork. She made these earrings for me, the little dangle earrings. She's made incredible earrings that have the little tiny beads in the shape of a snowman or Santa Claus or pumpkin. And I was asking her if she could make some zipper pulls. So she made some zipper pulls, excuse me, for me and my friends that I was meeting with. Well, and for other things. I sent her on this rabbit trail. So I just wanted to show you the zipper pulls that she made. Let me grab this on the white. So she added little angels to the bottom made out of beads. Little charm. This one has a Swarovski crystal. And then these beads catch the light. They are so pretty. So I got the small kind of purple and the large purple and then the blue. And sorry, they're just going all over the place. So the bags, the Project Bag 2.0 comes with a tutorial for making these fabric zipper pulls, which I also like, but they wear out over time. But I thought, wouldn't it be pretty to put Carla's zipper pull on there? Look at that. Oh, I totally forgot to share it. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm telling Carla that she needs to make these and sell them. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Does Carla need to sell these? I think so. How much do you think she should charge? That's the part she said. I don't really know what I would even charge for something like this because I've never made it before. But you could put these on your scissors, use it as a scissor fob, or on your bags as a charm. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. So I didn't want to let the video go without sharing those with you. So thank you, Carla. And now I'm really done. Bye, you guys.